Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. Today I'm going to say most men just want one woman, okay? So we can learn the ins and outs of human nature. We can learn about man and woman. We can learn about the undercurrents of what is. Some may debate that men are of a polyamorous nature where they can have or are built to have multiple women. Societally speaking, we're foisted into a position where we're taught that monogamy until the end of our days with one special person is the way. It's each to their own, you know. As long as no one's getting harmed, it's all good, isn't it? Dependent on whatever your personal philosophy is. But with that being said, most men just want one woman. So when we speak on game, and when we speak on lay counts, and when we speak on all of this fluffy stuff, generally the man searches it out and seeks it out and finds that one person who, you know, spends quality time with him and he enjoys. And then that's it. That's it. And quite literally the game is over, purely as the man then tends to stop educating himself or pursuing knowledge and information in regards to relationships and effective communication between man and woman. And then that might sort of go down the toilet, because he becomes naive once again. He learns the information, gets comfortable, and that woman doesn't want that man to get comfortable. That woman wants that man to continue on his purpose, continue growing, and continue dealing with the problems she provides him in the most efficient and effective manners. So then she leaves him, and then that man is left to pursue that information once again and start from scratch, start from square one, because he didn't expect that and now he doesn't know what to do. This is going to be a varied video. I just thought I'd come in just speaking on how a man only tends to, you'll hear these boys, the boys, and they will say, oh yeah, I can't wait to do this and that, we're going to meet some women and we're going to meet some girls and can't wait to do all this and that, which is completely fine. But have you noticed how most boys are sort of put out the act or put out the facade that they're players until someone actually gives them interest, and the first person they find, if not the second, if not the third, they get in a relationship with them, and then it's off from there on, because all they needed was that one person. And that's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a beautiful thing. When it comes to this red pill space, I don't think you find a lot of people approaching it in this realistic manner. The fact that most of the consumers of the content are going to be more than happy and more than likely will leave the space given they find one person who they can share their time with, who they can enjoy their time with, And unfortunately, due to the nature of the information and some of the crowd it attracts, unfortunately, because come on, if you're naturally attractive, if you're naturally like just the guy, you're not going to consciously go out and search for this information because it's going to be irrelevant. Why would you need to learn how to attract women or what a woman wants and so forth if they're throwing themselves at you anyway? That it would more than definitely turn you into Superman in the dating game if you actually did go out and do that. But I think it's more likely to be appealing to those who don't necessarily have a tight setup when it comes to speaking with women and whatnot, and that's just the way it is. So these men come into this space where it's fine to have a bit of bravado and this whole sort of I want to be and I am becoming a valuable man and women are gonna flock to me and crowd about me and all this and that. But realistically speaking, the moment that first woman who actually correlates with that man and gives him what he wants, whether that be validation, probably first and foremost, time, attention, love, care, then he's just going to drop out. And why the hell not, right? But if that was the case, I would still recommend that man to continue educating himself on these things to ensure that his relationship runs smooth. And, sometimes well, let's not talk about the future and what could happen in the future. You're going to be continuing to walk on your 2 feet on this planet with men and women. So why would you stop learning about those whom are in your immediate surroundings and you are unfortunately forced to communicate with on a very consistent basis, So most men just want one woman. Most men don't want to go around and have sex with 200 women. It makes, sense at the time. It sounds like good fun, right? Realistically, that's not what most men want, because they'll have sex with one woman and then they'll hang around for a little bit. They'll get comfortable and cozy, waking up late, watching televisions and films in bed, getting takeaways ordered. They'll go through that honeymoon stage, which is bliss, the golden moment. And they'll completely forget and get sidetracked with all of that stuff. Unfortunately, most men are going to leave their friends behind, leave this, that, and everything else behind, because they're actually going to start pedestalizing that woman. And then that's going to be an issue, but that's a story for another time, innit? We've spoken enough on that. I'm being very judgmental here, but I've seen this pattern throughout my entire life. A lot of people talk the talk. A lot of people, put this bravado on until they get what they want or what they subconsciously always wanted, and that was just the validation from one woman, and then that just takes them out for good, and that's completely fine, and I respect that, and that's the way things should be, right? Because that man, if he plays it right, if he is smart, that man can be with that woman, he can produce with that woman, hopefully they aid each other's life in a very beneficial manner. He doesn't have to chase women around no more. He can get on his grind and purpose 100%, just keeping that one person happy, and then, hey, everyone's a winner, right? So that was just a little chinwag. Whether there was any game in that or not, who knows, but that was a little bit of food for thought. That's the general market, in my personal opinion. Not men who want to be, you know what I mean, have this harem of 20 women bowing down to them. It sounds good in practice, but realistically speaking, it's going to be a bit of a headache, and they're all right learning all of this game from these people who say they're, Don Juan, and then once they find someone, whether it's through the application of actual game or not, that's it. That's good enough for them, and I gotta respect that. I'll put some respect on that. That being said, I'm uploading each and every day, so click like and subscribe. I've got 2 links down in the description of the video. One will take you to the catalogue of body language, over 220 videos, of how to read people through their own non-verbal behaviours. That's how you learn to read minds, okay? I promise you that. It's a YouTube playlist, it's free. Second to that is the Patreon, where you'll join me in watching videos of people going on their first dates. I'll break down the attraction body language, the repulsion body language. You'll take that out into the real world, okay? Wherever you are in the world, it's all hardwired in us, and then you'll never forget that information once you start to identify it. That's the real game. I'm signing out. Peace.